Hello, everyone. It's Michael Jaco with Unleashing Intuition Secrets. So we know the little, island where they used to do, we call it Pedophile Island. We know that there's been a lot of, deep state activity, concerned around a lot of the stuff that happens. Having been in the CIA and so forth, I know that they basically set people up with honey traps and try and take people down so that they can use them. And Epstein Island is a great example of how they used to do that. Bill Clinton, made several trips out there. Hillary Clinton made several trips out there. I mean, we go on and on and on, all the different royals that went out there. So there's a way that they control people. They get them hooked into these honeypots that would, if exposed, make them look really bad and destroy their lives. So they basically use that as a puppet tool. Now, we just had one recently where someone was accused of being involved in pedophilia, but it was completely false. And Matt Gaetz, congressional representative from Florida. So some of you are probably familiar with him. He's very, he really goes after the knuckleheads, really goes after the deep state. And they don't like that. And they're starting to push back on a lot of us that are out here, trying to reveal. So now that they have a little bit of power still, they're really pushing hard, desperately pushing hard to take some of us down. That Carrie Cassidy just lost her YouTube channel. We see this Matt Gaetz is being attacked, wrongly accused. Myself, having been, lost my YouTube channel, reposted another one. So there's a concerted effort right now. It's getting very aggressive against those of us that are bringing out truth and stuff like that. Now, I knew this would happen if Trump was not re-elected. Of course, he was re-elected, but there's some kind of program going on where they're allowing these guys to run their last little hoorah, whatever you want to call it, until everything gets taken down against them. So they're desperate right now. These are my thoughts. They're desperate to try and take down as many people as possible. They're desperate to try and destroy America as fast as they possibly can, and anyone that could have any impact on them. They have been pushed to the background for a long time, and now they're starting to raise their ugly, nasty heads. All right, let's share the screen and let's see what's going on. So here we have Representative Gaetz says that he was targeted for extortion. He's working with the FBI. His dad wore a wire. Now he's working with FBI, which is not a very good thing because the FBI is exceptionally corrupt, as we've seen, as Trump took down pretty much the entire top tier of the FBI. Now, is the rest of the FBI just a top tier bad? You got to really think about that, guys. I can tell you that it's exceptionally corrupt. It needs to be completely taken down and redone, probably outside of DC. Same thing with the CIA. People are telling me that there are little tremors of both of these organizations that have been happening that seems to indicate that they are being taken down. So Gaetz under investigation for allegedly having a sexual relationship with a teenager. All right. So he's on the record saying, I demand the Department of Justice immediately release the tapes made at their direction, which implicate their former colleague in crimes against me based on false allegations. So why is he having to press this? Because they're not doing it. So they're trying to set him up, guys. So this is Fox News.
Florida Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz reportedly is being investigated by the Justice Department for allegedly having a sexual relationship with a 17-year-old girl. Now, that was first reported by the New York Times. Gaetz has since confirmed the federal investigation to Axios, saying, quote, the allegations against me are as searing as they are false. He goes on to say the allegations are rooted in an extortion effort against his family for $25 million.
So they were trying to get $25 million from him and his family. And if you're not guilty, you would say, screw you. But they have ways. They have ways to make you look guilty, guys. They have ways to go out in the press and have the press, which is their last bastion, because they don't no longer own the military, right? So the military is separate from them now completely, and they might have their little minions in there still. They're trying to make things happen, but they're getting squashed as well. So here we are. Matt Gaetz names the former Department of Justice official. So who is this guy? Here he is right here, David McGee. So Mr. McGee, what wasn't there like a comic, a funny thing, Mr. McGee? So here's Mr. McGee. So has an extraordinary range of experience in matters before federal courts. He has practiced law for more than 37 years. Prior to going into private practice, he served for 6 years as the first assistant at the United States Attorney's Office, and for 7 years, the lead attorney for United States Department of Justice Organized Crime Task Force. So this guy has credentials. He's been at the very top, and he's trying to come after Matt Gaetz and his family and extort $25 million from him. This is a very high-level person. So you don't think there's more like that? Of course there's more like that. It's corrupt as hell, guys, So let's look at this. So I've been talking about how these deep state Democrat governors are basically emptying their prisons to create problems on purpose. This is criminal activity from a lot of these governors, emptying their jails into society. So they're trying to destroy society, guys. Trying to destroy society, create a problem. They come up with a great solution, and then now they're in control. That's what they're trying to do. So this man busted for Midtown attack on Asian woman, was on parole for killing his mom. All right, so he killed his mom with stabbed her, I guess, in the chest a couple times. Right, and then they're so smart. They let this guy go because he's probably not a threat to society anymore. Who makes these decisions? Unbelievable. So let's look at the video of this. This is not it's not pretty. All right, so it's showing the guy right here walking on the street. So he sees this Asian woman right here. So he sees the Asian woman walking right here, and he comes up, "You don't belong in this neighborhood," and kicks her, and then starts beating her as she's on the ground. While people are watching. People are watching. Watch, somebody comes up and closes the door. Doesn't get involved. This is the New York of a Democrat governorship, where no one comes to aid of anyone else. This is disgusting. So this is a criminal. So look at this guy. Just comes up, checks everything out. Instead of going out helping that poor lady, he just shuts the door. Right? Unbelievable. All right, so I've been warning you guys, get out of the big cities. It's not getting any better. All right, let's move on to something else that needs to be addressed. So this is a friend revealed this to me. This is from Hillary Simpson. She wrote this. It says, "My Aunt Chippy was like a grandmother to me. She passed away this afternoon, but don't worry. It wasn't because of the vaccine. She was 80 and her time had come. It wasn't because of the vaccine. Her second dose was on March 9th. It wasn't because of the vaccine. She felt a heaviness in her chest the following day. It wasn't because of the vaccine. She said it felt like she'd smoked 2 packs of cigarettes. It wasn't because of the vaccine. March 12th, she was transported to the hospital. She could no longer breathe. It wasn't because of the vaccine. They ran all of the tests. They were all negative. It wasn't because of the vaccine. She had an underlying respiratory illness. It wasn't because of the vaccine. She told my mother that she knew she shouldn't have gotten it. It wasn't because of the vaccine. There was fluid in her lungs. It wasn't because of the vaccine. Doctors thought she had undiagnosed interstitial lung disease. It wasn't because of the vaccine. The interstitial lung disease was a side effect of chemo she had received years ago. It wasn't because of the vaccine. Doctors said she had an autoimmune response to an unknown stimulus. It wasn't because of the vaccine. They were stumped. They couldn't figure it out. It wasn't because of the vaccine. She was tired and ready to be reunited with her late husband. It wasn't because of the vaccine. I will always remember her clean house at night, her special drawer filled with gifts, her mini lipsticks, the tennis ball in the garage, her grapefruit with sugar, her voice, her secret canning room, her hair, her magical yard, her laugh. And I know she is in a beautiful place now, surrounded by loved ones. Today, I filed a VAERS report for her, but it wasn't because of the vaccine. Right? So choose wisely. Washington confirms breakthrough COVID-19 cases after vaccination. Of the potential 102 cases of patients who tested positive, it wasn't because of the vaccine. For COVID-19 after vaccination, 2 died, the state said, but it wasn't because of the vaccine. But the majority had mild or no symptoms. The state is investigating 102 potential cases of people becoming ill with COVID-19 more than 2 weeks after being fully vaccinated. The Washington State Department of Health reported Tuesday it wasn't because of the vaccine. According to the state, the majority of those in Washington with confirmed vaccine breakthrough experienced only mild symptoms or no symptoms. It wasn't because of the vaccine. However, 8 people were hospitalized with COVID-19, and the state is investigating 2 potential breakthrough cases where patients died. It wasn't because of the vaccine. Both of those patients were more than 80 years old and suffered underlying health issues, according to the state. Therefore, it wasn't because of the vaccine. The state said that the breakthrough cases are 0.01% of the 1.2 million fully vaccinated people in Washington state, which health officials say falls within the results of the clinical studies of the vaccines. All right. So it is important to remember that every vaccine on the market right now prevents severe disease and death in most cases. It's not because of the vaccine, right? All right. Breakthrough cases have been identified in 18 counties. That means people are getting sick after the vaccine, but it's not the vaccine. The state is also looking into whether virus, pay attention, variants may have caused the infections. It's not because of the vaccine. The most terrifying story I've ever had to report. So Glenn Beck has been a lot. He's come out and said a lot of crazy stuff over the years, I know. But he's saying that this newly approved California school curriculum is the most biblical sized trouble he's ever seen. So what is this about? What could be so bad? So students are to be taught that white Christian settlers committed theocide against indigenous tribes when they arrived in the New World by murdering Native American gods and replacing them with a Christian God. So what are they going to say? So they have this little thing that students will do to overcome this theocide. Students first clap and chant to the god Tezcatlipoca, whatever that is, and whom the Aztecs traditionally worship with human sacrifice, and cannibalism, asking him for the power to be warriors for social justice. Next, the students chant to the gods Quetzalcoatl and a host of other gods, seeking healing epistemologies and a revolutionary spirit. In particular, is the Aztec deity of war, inspired hundreds of thousands of human sacrifices during the Aztec rule. Finally, the chant comes to a climax with the request for liberation, transformation, and decolonization, after which students shout, Pachebe, in pursuit of ultimate critical consciousness. So Glenn explained some of the horrifying details of Aztec worship traditions, which California's educators and administrators seek to regenerate, including human sacrifice by the tens of thousands, cannibalism, and the severe and prolonged torture and sacrifice of children. If that doesn't get you to pull your kids out of school, I don't know what will. All right. So I just had Eric the healer on. This guy was revealing a lot of stuff. I think you guys will love this conversation. He's like all over the map, kind of like I am. Like you see, I'm just like, I'm everywhere, revealing a lot of stuff. So I think you guys will love it. It got a lot of good views while we're on. And also you can get into my courses, at the unleashingintuition.com. You can get EMF and 5G protection for your phone and computer at the emfharmonize.com site right there in the just below my name. And also Ascent Nutrition. They have a wonderful new coffee now. Some of the best coffee I've ever had. It's very, very, very smooth. The Phoenix Link and Asir custom skin and hair products. All right. So lots of great stuff for you guys if you want to take it to the next level. Let's look at a little bit more. Derek Chauvin trial and the death of George Floyd. So remember what happened when George Floyd died last time, and he was buried in a 6'1" coffin, and he was a 6'6" guy. So when he basically was killed, supposedly, in this attack against him that had lots of riots going on, you think that might not be coming back, or is it? You think they might try and rejuvenate this when they find out maybe he wasn't really guilty after all? I don't know. Maybe he's going to be guilty, and maybe that'll satisfy everybody. Maybe he's found not guilty. Who knows? But I've already seen some news agencies, they're already trying to spin this in a negative light, trying to get the momentum going in this this negative arena again. All right, so guys, be aware. One of the things that Eric revealed is that there were lots of hollow point ammunition in a government building in Sacramento, and a lot of those rounds aren't there anymore. All right, the walls close in around Andrew Cuomo. All right, so this guy, how is he still around? I don't know, but this is the way the deep state, manages things. They have for a long time. So during his 3 terms in Albany, Governor Cuomo has been an extreme micromanager, surrounded himself with a small band of aides, and basically they operate at 2 speeds. They say they get along and kill. So if anyone gets out of the way, they kill them. That could be literal. It could be, just here speak. I don't know. So have people died? I can't. Well, actually, 15,000 people that were seniors died after some of Cuomo's, putting them back in, people that were COVID positive at one time, put them back into nursing homes where, everyone's good until these other people that had been COVID positive that could have gone to the Mercy ship, hospital ship that we had that he cried for. And they completely converted the Javits Center, had thousands and thousands of beds that really never were occupied. They could have put these people in those places, but yet somehow they had the just knowing that it would be okay to put, formerly sick and probably still sick, evidently, seniors back into nursing homes where the most vulnerable people are. And lo and behold, 15,000 people died because of that. So the thing that's really getting him in trouble is they underreported the amount of people that died. So they lied. He lied to a federal investigation, and they know that. So now they're closing in on him. So we're going to see, like I've been saying, he will probably be the first domino to fall. And then there's going to be a lot of other deep state governors that are going to go down with him after that. Because once they set a precedence for this, it's going to be used again and again and again on these guys. Wisconsin Supreme Court strikes down mask mandate. So this is how we're winning. All right. Things are coming to a head now. Things are getting pushed back. The steal, the people that came in and stole our country, there's lots of information that's coming out. It took them a while to put together. That's about to pop. So we're going to see some extreme pushback and disappearance of evil people, I believe, very soon. And I hope I'm right. If I'm not, then, I hate to say that, we're going to have to take care of business ourselves. I don't really see that, but if things don't start to happen very soon, that's probably going to be the thing. So that's why I'm thinking this thing is going to get handled pretty quick. And a lot of people that are smarter than I am have better fingers on the pulses of things that happen are saying the same thing. So we'll see what happens. So Wisconsin Supreme Court has struck down a mask mandate put in place by evil Governor Tony Evers. Democrat Governor Tony Evers. In a crucial 4-3 ruling, the state Supreme Court ruled that Evers' mandate exceeded his authority. So you see how this is going to start to snowball against these guys. Justice is coming for these guys. The decision comes after the state's legislature voted to repeal the mask mandate in February. Evers then reinstated the mandate via executive order. The court ruled on Wednesday that Evers was only able to issue public health emergencies for just 60 days, to which any decisions would need legislative approval. The question in this case is not whether the governor acted wisely, it is whether he acted lawfully. We conclude he did not. Justice Brian Hagedorn wrote, according to the Associated Press. So it looks like that boy's in trouble. Looks like he acted illegally, as did a lot of other governors, as we all know. All right, Pizzacki grilled on teachers giving in-person instruction to migrant kids before own students. So this is pretty crazy. Exclusive. White House Secretary Jim Pizzacki on Tuesday was grilled about San Diego public school teachers volunteering to teach migrant children in person before returning to the classroom to teach students in their own district. Pizzacki seemed to defend the in-person instruction while students are on spring break, saying context is important. Okay, so the district is expected to move into a hybrid model of in-person and online learning on April 12th. Pizzacki was asked during the press briefing whether the White House supported the arrangement. As I understand it, San Diego public schools are opening in early April. Okay, so she's saying teachers are volunteering, yet they can't teach their own kids and haven't been able to for a while. But now it's okay. So that's interesting, right? So what else are these guys going to do? It's pretty amazing to me, all of the corruption that's going on. So another thing they're doing, they're taking these migrant families in Texas, putting them on planes with no one's with them. They have like packages full of money, and they're going to different places. I saw one where they're going to Las Vegas and other places. And of course, they're going to just start to railroad these people into places where they want to make sure they get the vote. The demon rats get their vote. So there's never, ever problem where they could be questioned about, these ballots that were driven in the dark of night, and the real election counting stopped because the fix that they had in was not enough, right? So remember all the Italian people, not people, but well, there were some, I guess, generals and high-level political figures that were involved in helping to steal our election through voting fraud. So that is coming to a head. So I heard a show last night where it's taking them time to put all that information together. They literally have people in prison. It's not like just hearsay. It is real. They have people in prison. And they said that, there's stuff where the Vatican was involved. That's all part of like trying to tear down the narrative. So what happens, and we've seen this, is when truth starts to come out, they start to throw all kinds of disinformation at it. So people are like, oh, that's all bullshit, because there is a lot of bullshit that gets thrown in there by these deep staters. So we've been saying for a long time, there's disinformation going back and forth, guys. So that's part of war. So it's once you control the narrative, a lot of times you control a war. All right. So that's what they're trying to do. That's why they've controlled the media for a very long time. That's why the deep state side of the CIA and FBI and so forth, and they've admitted it. And that's why they stole or took over the news media. So once they control the media, they control the country. All right. This is going to be one of those times where it's going to backfire on them. All right. Great. All right. So let's look at some of this. Disinformation Nation. Absolutely, Eric. Yep, Obama did that to Somalians. That's right. Brought in Somalians into Michigan, and filled up an area of Michigan. So that's what these guys do. They bring in people that are going to vote Democrat, and even if they don't vote Democrat, they'll pay them like they did in Michigan, right? So there's a lot of this stuff that's been happening for a long time. General McInerney saying vaccine is going to kill people. Why is Trump encouraging? Why? It's a choice. Don't get it, right? The vaccine's available. Is the vaccine safe? That's up to you to decide. So I'm putting it out there, choose your own, choose how you will. Some people have higher levels of consciousness, can choose. Some people not. Don't, you can do what you can to try and inform people. But if their consciousness is low, they're low energy people, they're, fixed on fear, they're going to make their own choices. It's very, very similar, guys, to what happened in World War II during the Holocaust right now. And there's a lot of us are talking about that. So, no, I'm not on Telegram. Sorry, not yet. Maybe someday. But I'm hoping that Trump has a new, one coming in. So if you guys want to fixate on Trump saying take the jab, go get your jab. You don't think it's right, then don't get it. Hello. So I keep hearing that. I keep seeing that. It's like, so you think Trump's evil because he's saying get the jab? Okay, whatever, guys. All right. Trump tried to make them safe. Yes. But deep state got to some of them to poison them. Russian roulette. Don't take the chance. Very good, Lisa. That's my thoughts too. So some of you guys are just literal. You can only hear one thing and see one thing and not see a bigger picture. So if you're seeing a little picture and you're stuck on that, I'm sorry. All right. So either wake up and get with a program or just continue to be a little whiner. It doesn't matter to me. So if you guys don't like what I'm saying, go away. Go somewhere where you're going to have people that are like you and whine and bitch, right? I don't like whiners and bitches, right? Anyway, love Trump, but no jab for me. Thanks. Very good. And, make your own decisions. Trump's going to say what he's going to say. He's been saying it all along, right? Calm before the storm. Remember that? All right. Anyway, guys, let me get my love bowl because some of you guys need it bad. So I'm going to give you a little love and then I'll send you on your way. So let's meditate on not getting stuck on stupid. All right. Take a deep breath. As you take it in, any negativity, any stupid that you have in you, let it go on the exhale. Now take another deep breath. Any remaining stupid or negativity that you have in you, let it go with the next exhale. Now imagine you're surrounded by a golden ball of light that will not allow stupid to come into your consciousness. You're surrounded by love. Love vibration will not allow stupid. Now imagine another golden ball of light outside of you, going out, surrounding the whole earth. I see the numbers are dropping off because some of you don't like stupid and I think some of you are still stuck on stupid. And some of you that are coming in to watch this and you're stuck on stupid, I pray for you. So let's have that golden ball of light surrounding the earth, beam that golden, loving consciousness down to earth to help those people stuck on stupid. And I know many of you and many people out there don't like to believe they're stupid. And they will fight. They will fight you to not be called stupid when they are literally quite stupid. All right? And we know that, but we send them love. And I'm sending all of you love, and even you stupid people. And I pray for you that you will unwind the stupid gene that's in you. All right. Lots of love out there. I'll see you guys